It felt like the book had something for everybody. It's kind of the dog gives us hope that this is not the end, and we all have feelings that our dogs are human and have human thoughts, and this kind of put it into perspective. We knew that when we read the book it would make a great screenplay, and Mark Bomback, who wrote the screenplay, managed to take all the best moments from the book and make it sing as a movie. So fingers crossed that it will make everyone feel as good as the book did. It's Enzo's voice, and he's narrating the book and the movie, and he's a very, spiritual soul. He's seen the Mongolian documentary on reincarnation, and so he wants to learn everything that he can from Denny and imprint it on his soul. And his one fear is that he's going to forget it, but he wants to remember so that when they meet, when he's a human and they shake hands, they're going to share that wisdom. And so that was the important thing that we kept throughout the story. And I think a great quality that Milo has is that you believe that he could fix a car. And when we looked at a lot of names of actors, like, you don't believe they would get greasy and be able to change a tire. So he was great for that aspect, but he also has a lot of heart. I mean, you see in his other work that he's so heartfelt and has such a lot of integrity, and that's what this character needed. The animal trainer said the hardest thing to train a dog to do is to sit still. And Parker was brilliant at just sitting still, so we could get these shots for the voiceover where he's just thinking. And he had such depth. And, we had more days scheduled for the shoot, but we got so lucky with him because he seemed to have this all-knowing presence that I think everybody on the set is in love with Parker. We're going to miss him as much as Milo and Amanda, for sure. It feels like Kevin has an iconic voice, and he's a great age for Enzo as far as the tone of his voice. We thought about Field of Dreams and how those movies sort of have a similar audience and tone to them. And so I think it was, when he had read the book and approached us, and we were like, no brainer. I think to Simon it was always a father-daughter story. Simon also is a dog lover. Simon, I wouldn't say is a race car fanatic, but that's sort of what the story needed. It needed grounding with heart. And, he is a great father, and he is a pet lover, and that's what he brought, I think, to the movie, is that it has great heart and soul. Denny, with driving, says that which you manifest is before you, and Enzo learns this from him and knows that Denny has to also make that part of his life, and he has to manifest a future with Zoe once Eve moves on that is the same as putting his foot on the gas pedal in the rain, which makes him the best at what he does. So he has to manifest his own reality, and if you can't see it, it's not going to happen. So it's not until he really sees it that he, can move on to this way of life that he wants. We like to think our dog has human thoughts, but I think the movie will convince them that it does, and that reincarnation is a thing. I mean, I think in these times of, bad news all the time, it's great to have this sort of spiritual outlook that everything's going to be okay,